Closure in a relationship could be very tough. However, it is one of the most important step to come out of a relationship completely, freely and happily. So if you're one of those who wants to get a closure, this video is going to massively help you with 6 steps. So let's get started here. My name is Neha Bhatia. Welcome to my channel and make sure that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe and hit the bell button as well so that we are regularly connected. Now, being in a relationship is definitely a wonderful feeling, but you need to understand that when we are into a relationship, there are couple of worlds that we live in. It's not just that we are living in that relationship. We are living in our past, we are living in our present, we are living in our future as well. I'll tell you how. Whenever we are in a certain relationship, there is something that makes us feel more certain about it, right? We start to feel that, I am sure that this is where we are heading. Now, what happens when there is a breakup or when you're not able to come out of a closure or come out of a breakup, for example, or give a closure to this relationship? First thing that happens is that you come in a victim consciousness, meaning that you start to blame the other person. So then you will expect is an apology letter. So first thing first, stop expecting an apology letter from this person or an apology from this person, from the other person, from your ex. Why? Because probably that person doesn't want to have a closure. Probably that person doesn't want to uh, feel or connect with you again. Could be many millions of reasons. But if you're waiting for an apology, meaning that you're living in that victim consciousness, you're feeling that somebody has done wrong to me and that person needs to apologize. What if that person just disappears? What if that person's just, leave this world? Then you're going to live in that victim consciousness for the rest of your life. So, how about first understand that you need to forgive yourself instead that you forgive the other person? Because when we are kind of asking for an apology from somebody else, even if that person apologizes, we are kind of making an effort to once again get into some kind of an observation or some kind of a conversation and again once again blame, because that is what satisfies our ego. It happens a lot in relationships that, what, that person should have realized that I was the right person for him, or I was doing right, I did my best and he did it wrong. So too much of blaming it when it happens, it's not gonna be very healing. It's gonna turn into more toxic, and that's something probably you don't want. So first thing first, stop expecting an apology. Second thing is that stop being in a guilt consciousness. See, these are two things that comes under ego. Okay, victim consciousness and guilt consciousness. Why? Because we are adding an I to it. That, what, I need this. I am somebody superior. Or when we are having this guilt, then also we have I. That I could have done this better, or sometimes we have these regrets. So, and these are the big killers of anything in life: guilt consciousness and victim consciousness. So, second thing, there's no point being guilty because you have tried your best, things didn't turn up, and it didn't turn out the way you wanted. And the reason could be the third point that I'm about to talk about. The third point could be that there are certain patterns that you're carrying from one relationship to another. And every relationship is moving forward in a similar style, and it is ending also very much in the similar style. So now what is happening is that you are in that same pattern again and again and again. And now, after let's say one relationship that ends and you take up a little bit of break and you think, what, now I'm going to give my best, now I'm going to change this. But it is all happening on the conscious level. It's not happening on the subconscious level, where the roots are, the roots of the problems are, the roots of those behaviors are, the roots of those patterns are, right? So the third thing is to understand these patterns, go to the root of it and remove it. Now there is a huge chance that you may not be able to do it by yourself. Even if you will do it by yourself, you might just end up messing up with your own mind. So, in that case, I would love to invite you to my 21 days NLP workshop, either privately or the online workshop, or you can also come and take private sessions with me. I've helped many people come out of their relationship. There are multiple people who have either come out of it and got a divorce, or maybe sometimes it has also happened that they've got together again. So I am not the one who ever advise them to do anything, but it's their own mind that guides them what is right for them, right? So the third thing is that you need to come out of that pattern. Otherwise, something that I've learned in my life when it comes to relationship is that how many times are you going to do your degree, for example, or your master's or your PhD? You don't want to do it again and again. You want to just do it once and not fail in it again and again, and eventually, you know, get to the next level. So what is happening is that you're getting into a relationship, you're doing a new PhD altogether, and then it's not working out. So the third thing is come out of that pattern no matter what. The fourth thing that you could do to get a closure is that you need to go for a solo break. Now, in the world that we are living in right now, so yes, there are many times that we cannot go out and take a solo travel, but if you can, do that. Although it's still not going to help you to the roots, but still it's going to help you heal slowly and gradually. How and why, I'll tell you. Why a solo break? Because when you're with somebody else, for example, what happens is that you're completely attached with that person, right? Now your identity and the other person's identity kind of becomes one. And when this relationship goes, so please understand, the relationship is not just about love and understanding and all that what we have seen in the movies or what we have even experienced. It's more about getting very habitual to that person, right? So when you get very habitual to that person and all of a sudden the person disappears for whatever reasons, without giving you a notice, without giving you, any kind of an explanation. I mean, imagine for a moment that you're working in a company and all of a sudden you're fired, or all of a sudden the company is shut down, or all of a sudden something happens and you cannot go to the job. There is some kind of an uncertainty, some kind of a shake that you'll feel inside of you, right? You'll start to feel that I'm losing myself. In fact, a lot of times people have come to me saying that, you know what, I was a different person altogether. And while being with that person, I just kind of lost myself. I was not being true to myself. So I want to find myself. A lot of times this has happened with me, especially, I mean, it has happened with many of my clients and they've come to me. Um, why? Because, there are times that it's like this is a zone, okay? This is a zone of the other person. And you love that person so much. This happens a lot with women because women have this quality of contributing and giving, and they will give so much, so much, so much that they will just go into that zone and they will leave their own zone and they will leave their own identity. And when she is not able to find, it could be a man as well, but if this person is not able to find after a little while himself, herself, there are going to be challenges in that relationship. And then when there will be a breakup, you will try to find yourself, right? So it's mostly in the difficult times, in the challenging times, that when we really go out and we try to find ourselves. So why you need to go for a solo break? Now in these times it could be a little bit challenging, that you may not go out, but why not take a solo break, a solo psychological and an emotional break, wherein you go deeper into yourself and find and expand your identity, right? So please understand that your identity could be lost. There could be a huge chance. So now you would need to find that out, okay? So this is the fourth one. The fifth way to come out of any breakup or any relationship, something that I have followed in my life many years ago. Now, this was with my mother because I lost my mother and we had, ups and downs in our relationship. So, this is something that I used to do. I used to write a letter to her and I used to go to the Sikh temple, Gurudwara, and I used to just drop that letter in that donation box. So I never knew that if anybody would ever read it, but I had this faith on myself that and on the God that because I've put the energy out, something will just come in some or the other way, in some or the other guidance, right? What we try to do is that we try to write a WhatsApp letter, and the other person has probably blocked us. And then we're trying to, and then we're waiting for an answer. This is the worst thing that we can do to ourselves, right? Or maybe we'll write a mail, for example. What I believe and what I see when it comes to relationship and the closure is that when you write an apology letter, you need to write in such a way that you're letting that person go and setting him free, and you're setting yourself also free. So the best way to do it is, I know it could sound a bit funny and weird to some of you, but literally go to the donation box of any of the temples, wherever you go and whosoever you believe in, write a nice letter. And you know what, when you speak to somebody, you might still not be true to that person. Even when you're talking to your ex, you may not be true to her or him. Why? Because there's still judgments. Could be, right? But when you're writing a letter to a formless, to who you call as divine, guru, what happens is that you will be natural, you will be authentic, you will be honest. And you know that there is no return anyway. So you will just put your heart out there. So this is something that I used to do many years ago when I lost my mother. And I was completely shaken up by the kind of responses and the kind of uh, changes that I started to see in myself. First, I became empty because when she left, when she passed away, I know that I was having a lot of guilt consciousness, feeling that I could not do enough for her, and also feeling that I could be the reason of her death, because a lot of people blamed me for that. Because being a girl, it is very important uh, to take care of our parents, and I could not do enough at that point of time. I was in a different world. We had a lot of challenge with the communication and the age gap as well. So it's not about a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It could be about any relationship that you want to close. Okay, do this if you can. It's incredible. It's an incredible experience. Just write down a letter of 10 to 20 lines and see how you feel after it. You will feel better, but you may have to write 2 3 times and then start to just feel completely empty from within. The sixth thing that I would like you to do, it's one of the best things that you can do when it comes to closing a relationship. When we want to close a relationship, or when we come out of a breakup, is that we're pretty hurt. There's this wound that is healing. We may still try to cover it up, but there's something inside of us that's healing. So what will start to happen is that we will probably demand love from the other person or from anybody, right? We will come more in the demanding zone, or we'll just completely shut off from people, that you know what, I'm done with the relationship and I don't want to be with anybody. So what you're doing is you're closing. That's also not right. And too much opening and asking is also not right. You must have seen people who jump from one relationship to another. Once break up, and then the space is so wide that they'll just let anybody enter, so that that space is filled. That's a very, very wrong way to move forward with any kind of relationship. So what you need to do, again, something that I did in the last so many years when I have had challenge in my relationships. Earlier uh, I used to go out and be with blind kids. So, I used to work a lot with the blind kids, and we can, of course, we call them visually impaired. But when I used to sit with them, when I used to give love to them, I used to just feel so fulfilled. So the only way to come out of closure, to come out of a relationship and have that closure, is to start to give more love. Just make sure that you're not closing yourself and you're not opening yourself way too open. But the best way is to give to somebody who might need it in some or the other way. Go do donations, go help some dogs. I don't know what all you can do. Just give out the love. Open up your heart for somebody who might need it, and automatically you will start to feel more and more relaxed and more calm and more open, right? So these are the couple of steps that I've shared with you, and all this is coming from experiences and of course research, and the experiences that I've given to my trainees, and they have been able to come out of it. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time because sometimes we are very, very closed, right? or sometimes we are very possessive about the other person. But if you follow these steps, just these steps as well, trust me, it's gonna give you an incredible experience and you will be able to move forward in a better way. But if you still need some personal assistance here, you think that, you know what, it would be good to have a little bit of hand holding, you can please take up my private session, or you can join the 21 days NLP workshop and just get into that zone of moving forward. Okay, so with that, thank you so much. I'm going to see you in the next video. And if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts regarding the closure of a relationship, if you have any questions related to relationship, please write to us. I'll be more than happy to take the questions. I'm going to see you in the next video. Until then, make sure that you're absolutely awesome and just enjoy yourself and keep moving forward. Remember that you are being taken care and you're awesome. Thank you.